Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and this is my March update for the A to Z Project Pan. This is a Pantastic Ladies collab and it is created by Jessica and Amanda, and I will have all the information for this project listed down below. Really all you had to do was pick a product for every letter of the American alphabet. I chose the American alphabet because I live in the United States, but if you live in other countries and they have different symbols or letters, you may use those as well. So let's get into my progress and I'll show you. I'm super excited. I have some pans and I have some pans showing an eyeshadow. I'm super excited. So the first product I have for you is a unique single that it was a pigment, a loose pigment that I pressed into a pan, and this is in the shade Adorable. And look at that pan. Look at that itty bitty pan. I'm so excited. And that went from 2.21 to 2.20. So it wasn't a ton, but it's progress and I'm going to take it. Next, I have another loose pigment that I put into a pan, and this stayed the same in weight. And there is no visible pan in there, but I think I'm going to hit it soon. But I'm excited about this because I feel like with this project, it's making me use some of these singles. Oh, by the way, I have my bathrobe on. It's getting ready to go to beddy time. And instead of washing up first, I decided, oh, let me film a video. But I'm so cozy. This is such a cozy bathrobe. Next up is another loose pigment that I pressed into a pan. This is in the shade Confident. This went from 2.75 to 2.71, and I do have a little bit of a dip going, if you can see, right toward here. So we'll see. I hope I'll have pan in that one next time. And then I have, let's see, the next product is my Drunk Elephant Cleansing Balm. I've been focusing on my Bare Minerals oil cleanser, but then I did use this a few times, and you can see that I have used it. There is a dip going on. I have no doubt this will be out of my collection by the end of the year, which I don't know how I feel about that because I really like it. I feel like it takes things off better than the Bare Minerals, but it's a lot more expensive. This went from 42 grams to 40.49 grams. The next shadow I have is Unique Exhilarated Single Shadow. This is one that already came pressed. I don't have a pan in it, but I do have a dip. It went from 4.74 grams to 4.73. Next up, I have Colourpop Fishy. This stayed the same, 2.85 grams. Although I did use it once or twice, but I'm not a fan of blues, so it's going to be hard to do for me. Next up for the letter G, I have the shade Gorgeous, and this was another unique pigment that I pressed into the pan, and look at that pan. I expanded it from last time, and this went from 2.53 grams to 2.51. I love sand pan. It makes me so excited. And then for H, I chose another unique mineral loose pigment that I pressed into the pan, and this is for Heartbroken. This is really pretty. I have used this a few times as well. It went from 2.86 to 2.83 grams. The next product is for the letter I, and this is a Colourpop shadow from the Wet Palette in the shade I'm Chillin', and I have used this once or twice. It went from 2.77 grams to 2.73. So it went down a little bit. But again, I don't really like blue shadows. After that, for the letter J, I have a hair mask. This is the Journey Hair Care Hydration Mask, and I made a lot of progress. I went from here to here. I had used up a conditioner that went with a shampoo, so I used up the conditioner first, and so then I continued to use the shampoo, and I used this as a conditioner. I don't really think it did much, and I would not repurchase it, but this will be done by the next update, I hope. I just have to remember to use it. And then I have, and that went from 105.41 to 57.9. Yeah, so I'm using that. Next up, I have my Becca BFF's Bronze Blush and Glow palette. This is the Chloe and Malika, so I use this for my letter K. And let's see the weight, 180. No, it didn't change at all. I used it a few times, but it does have hard pan. And to really use it, like I have to scrape it and then use a lot. And I feel like it's a lot of work. So I end up like not using it, but it's pretty when I do. I'd rather use something that has easier color payoff. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem, but I have. Then let's see, for letter L, I chose another Colourpop depotted. This is depotted from the wet palette. It's called LOL, I'm Crying. And again, it's like a bluish teal color. And again, I don't really like blues, but I'm trying to at least hit pan and get through it a little bit. And this went from 3.09 to 3.06 because I did use it a few times. Maybe I'll try using it more as like a liner. I was using it to kind of smoke out my outer corner, but it really just makes me look like my eyes are bruised. I don't do well with blue shadow. I mean, that's just it. The next shadow that I have pan on, I'm so excited, is Manipulative. This is one of my favorite shadows. Look at that big old pan in the middle. I used it for the last time today on my inner lid, and that brought me the pan. I knew it was coming. I knew that it was just a matter of time. I'm super excited. It went from 4.78 to 4.7 grams, so another shadow in my collection that has pan. And I definitely would not have hit pan on any of these had it not been for me deciding to really project pan and start using my collection. So I'm super excited, but the excitement can stop there because this is the Clove and Hollow Hydra Tint in the shade Naked, and I haven't used this at all. It's really pretty. I forget about it, and I'm trying to pan the Milk Makeup, the stick blush in the shade Work. So once that's out and done, because I am using it consistently, but I don't know how long that's going to take me, but I feel like once that's done, then I'll work on that because it's a liquid and liquid stick. I don't know. We'll see. Then I originally had Bare Minerals shadow that I pressed into a pan in this project, but it literally, like the first week, it fell out of the pan and it broke. So I put in the Stila Shimmer and Glow in the shade Vivid Smoky Quartz, and this is for the letter Q. And so basically what I do is I get a blender brush and I use it as a liner, and I really am enjoying using it that way. I'm not a fan of liquid shadows. I feel like to get my fingers in there and all that, it's too much work. But that went from 34.09 to 33.94. So I am using it. It is going down. So I'm going to use it until it dries up and I can't anymore. But I'm really enjoying it, and I wouldn't have used it otherwise. Next up is my Ofra bronzer and bronzer duo in the shade River. This is for the letter R. This is the Samantha March collab with Ofra, and I really, really enjoy this bronzer. I have been using it, but I'm not wearing it down that much. It went from 90.76 to 90.72 grams. You really don't need a ton of product. You dip your brush in and it's so pigmented that you don't need a ton, but I really like it. So it just goes to show you, you don't need a ton of stuff because it's just going to be there forever and last forever. I feel like, not forever, that's a hyperbole, but anywho. And then up next, I have the Makeup Geek Shadow Single in the shade Shimashima, and this is for the letter S. And here's what it looks like. It really has made no change. This looks on camera like it's white or a beige, but it's really a light pink. It's very pretty. And that went from 4.41 to 4.36 grams. Up next, I have the last single shadow. This is also depotted from the Colourpop wet palette, and this is in the shade Thickums. It's a really pretty opaque silver. It really does look pretty on the lid. And that went from 2.86 to 2.83. After that, I have the Ulta Beauty Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Nude Pink. It's a really pretty pink color, and I have used it a few times. This went from 8.64 to 8.60. So I have used it, I enjoy it, and I'll just keep plugging away with it. I don't really wear lipsticks that much unless I'm filming. Other than that, I'm just really using glosses at work. And then the Crabtree and Evelyn, this is for V. I haven't used this at all. It didn't even move. I don't really even like it, but I'm trying to use it. I don't know. I might declutter it and bring it to school and let the kids use it or give it to somebody else. It's the sweet almond oil. And I really thought I did like that, but I like it in cookies, but not in my lotion. So I don't know. We'll see with that one. I don't know. And then I have the Windmirre Stress Relief Roll-On, and this is a roller ball oil, and it went from 30.57 to 30.30. I still can't, it's still above this, so I don't really know how much is left, but I've been using it. I don't know. I mean, I have a bunch of fragrances and I'm not a fragrance junkie, so I use what I use and we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be out by the end of the year, but no hurry on that. And then next up, I use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Cottage Cheese. This did not move at all either. I use it as an eye base and I've been really concentrating on my Urban Decay one. So I haven't been using this at all, but I'll pull this in when the Urban Decay one is finished. And this stayed the same at 10.1 centimeters. Okay, now this is the exciting part. For why I chose my unique setting spray. This is done, finally. I think I've had this for 4 years. Just goes to show you how much I did not wear makeup before. Although I hoarded it, I didn't wear it as much, but I really have enjoyed wearing makeup lately. And that's why I started this channel partially. I wanted to be held accountable for my purchases. I wanted to use what I had and really start doing some self-care and taking care of myself a little bit more. So that has helped tremendously, but this is an empty. Nothing left. I'm super excited. So I'm working on another one now that's in a different project pan, and that one has kicked the curb. And then finally for Z, I chose the Zion Health Clay Dry Deodorant in the scent Original. I don't even know if this is doing anything. I use it once in a great while. It went from 31.15 to 30.73. I definitely wouldn't use this in lieu of an antiperspirant. I've tried to use natural deodorants instead of antiperspirant in the past. It does not work for me. I sweat, so I have to use an antiperspirant. So I'm currently using the Certain Dry because that's the only one that I found that's cruelty-free, and it really, really works well. So anyway, that is my update for the Beauty A to Z project pan. I'm super excited. I have an empty, I have some pans. I've been making some progress slowly but surely. Let me know how you're doing with your projects. I have a few more coming up. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you liked me, please consider subscribing. It's free, and if you hit the bell, my videos will show up in your notifications every time I post. It's free, like I said. And other than that, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.